Oh, yeah. Thursday night game we can get excited about. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Adam Azer and Dave Richard here. Bengals and Ravens. And we have a poll. Will Joe Burrow score 17.5 fantasy points tonight? 4-point per passing touchdown league. Wow. We don't usually go that route, Schaefer, but you must have him in a 4-point per passing touchdown league. More than 17. So that would be 21.5 in a 6-point. So I'm going to, assuming he throws 2 touchdowns, I'm going to say more. Dave, how about you?
I agree. Yes.
More?
Hi.
Hi.
I agree. I think that he's been playing really well, and I don't think that Joe Mixon will have a particularly great game. I think Mixon can score. I don't know how efficient he'll be. So I've got him ranked as an RB2 and kind of a back half RB2. Normally, I have Burrow as a top 5 quarterback. He's 7 for me this week.
I understand you have a question you'd like to ask.
I would, but it doesn't have to do with fantasy. And I'm sure we're going to get to some really important topics on tonight's game, like Keaton Mitchell and Tyler Boyd. And we will get to that. But I want you to look at something for me.
Okay.
Look at what's on my head. You see this?
I really was like, I thought you had a toupee. What is that?
That's my hair. I haven't had a haircut in well over a month. And my question to the audience and to you, Adam, is what should I do with it? Should I grow it out? Should it be longer? Should I take it shorter and do what I normally do, what I've been doing for the last 20 years? I was thinking, it's kind of like long on the sides. Do I slick it back a little bit? What do I do with this thing?
I thought you had a toupee. I honestly thought you had a hairpiece.
No, it's real.
I thought it was a joke. No, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
You think I should get rid of it?
If you could maybe style it a little bit, I don't know, but
right. Well, that's part of what I could do is could I style my hair, and if so, what would that style? Like Jamie's got a great haircut. He puts all types of product in. He looks great. Heath just cut his hair. It's all shorn and tight, and he looks like a grown man. He looks great. You have a terrible haircut. I don't know what's going on the top of your head. You barely know what's going on. Schaefer has like the cool dude hairstyle, period. He's got the long hair down to his shoulders. Everybody wants hair like Thomas Schaefer. No one can do it. But I'm wondering, what do I do? So I'm asking everybody.
Exactly what you've been doing for the last 15 years that I've been working with you. All right, let's read
what I've been doing for the last 15 years. That's what Adam thinks. My wife is looking at me, arms folded, looks like she's ready to kill me. But she agrees with you, Adam. She likes my hair tight on the side, short on top.
Yeah. No, you look like you have cat ears on. All right, let's get to some questions. We have a lot of questions about tonight. I'm agonizing over Tyler Boyd versus Cortland Sutton. I'm going to make that decision around 8:00 or so. Probably Sutton. Gus Edwards or Tank Dell, half PPR.
Dell's got the upside. You've got to keep riding with Tank Dell. I'm believing him as the number 1 receiver in Houston. That means he's the number 1 guy with CJ Stroud, who's playing great. Awesome matchup against Arizona.
Okay, just say Dell. Just say you look like Christopher Lloyd at the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like, you look insane. You remember me, Eddie? That's you right now.
Too bad you look like you and not Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, Burrow or Dobbs?
I have Burrow like 3 spots ahead of Josh Dobbs. A little bit worried that this could be a letdown game for Dobbs. This is around the time, that third start, when teams get some film on you, they think they know how to break you down. I would be way more confident if Justin Jefferson played.
All right, yeah. Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff?
I have Jackson ahead of Goff. I think he's got more upside this week. I'm worried about Goff not having to do a ton against Chicago.
Keaton Mitchell or James Cook?
I believe I have Cook ahead of Mitchell, but I honestly think, and this is what I'm going to recommend to people who have Keaton Mitchell, look at your lineup, look at your opponent's lineup. Do you need to take a chance with your fantasy team in week 11? This isn't week 2 or week 3 where it's like, oh, let's have some fun. Let's start Keaton Mitchell. There's downside here. There's a chance he gets 6 carries for 50 yards and that's it. But I've watched this film this week. I can tell you anything you need to know about him. I think he's really dangerous. I think he could be a big problem for any defense, especially a defense on the road on a short week that just got burned by Devin Singletary.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to play near the goal line. So no 1-yard touchdowns. I don't think he's going to play on passing downs because he's terrible at pass blocking. So he's going to split rushing down work with Gus Edwards, basically. I think he can get around 10 touches. What are you laughing at, my hair?
That Roger Rabbit thing was really good.
All right. I'll change. I'm going to keep messing with my hair all show. I still need suggestions from the people.
I need 3 half PPR. Gus Edwards, Keaton Mitchell, Devon Achane, Devin Singletary.
We're sitting one of those stiffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the smart play is to sit Mitchell from that group because you've got the upside with Achane. I believe Achane's going to play. Jordan Schultz reported that Achane is going to play. Singletary is a good running back this week, and Gus should find the end zone. Gus might only get around 13 touches in this game.
Saw Tyler Boyd, here it is. Tyler Boyd or JSN?
I'm going Boyd. I think he can. I don't know if he's catching 8 balls, but I think he could catch 6. So a 6 for 70 type game. Maybe he makes up for that drop touchdown last week with a touchdown tonight. And because I think Joe Burrow is going to have a good game, Boyd's going to be somebody that he leans on here.
Oh, you're making me want to start Boyd over Sutton.
I wouldn't do that, but no. I think it's really close between those two. Sutton has just been on this great touchdown streak, and the matchup's kind of tough, but I think he can get around it. Clearly the number 1 guy in Denver.
Jaylen Warren or Hollywood Brown?
Brown. The other guy that I really got into the weeds with film this week was Kyler Murray. And I thought he had a pretty, I'm going to say he looked mostly great.
I watched his throws too. I thought he looked really good, except one thing. He was really bad on deep passes. He was a little off target in general. Not every throw he made was precise.
Did you watch his runs?
Yeah, I watched all his dropbacks.
You watched everything.
Oh God, he looked just like Kyler Murray. Just couldn't connect on the deep pass. Maybe a little rust there,
A little bit of rust. Well, listen, the deep ball to Marquise Brown in the end zone. He literally couldn't have handed it better to Marquise Brown, and Marquise Brown went.
No, I disagree. I think he overthrew it.
I don't think he maybe overthrew it by a bit, but the fact that Brown dove for it and had the ball literally bounce off the palms of his hands told me that was a good enough throw. So I lean a little bit in Kyler's favor on that. But I do think he looked good, and I think the offense looked good. Do you remember him being under center that much when Cliff Kingsbury was the coach?
No. In fact, that was one of the storylines that they were going to put him under center this year. It was going to change things. But no, he was mostly.
He did it a lot. It really worked out, and his mobility was fantastic. I toyed with moving Kyler ahead of Lamar Jackson in my rankings.
He's got. He always reminds me of the Flintstones because his strides are so small and his feet move so fast when he runs. I love it.
So that little xylophone noise that they play when Fred's starting the car, that's what you hear when you watch Kyler Murray run around.
Keaton Mitchell or Kareem Hunt?
See, this is one where I'd go with Mitchell. Just more upside, more fun. A good game for Kareem Hunt at this point is like 8 PPR points. So that's what you're risking. You're risking what might not even happen because Kareem Hunt against the Steelers, that's going to be tough. Yeah. But I think Keaton Mitchell can be better than Kareem Hunt this week.
James Cook or Tyler Boyd?
Oh, if it's PPR, it's Boyd. If it's non-PPR, I might go with Cook.
My girlfriend ate a burger with a stick in it the whole time. Is it over? It would be for me. Start a running back in a flex. Mitchell, Chandler. And it seems like Alexander Mattison is certainly trending in the right direction. He certainly has a chance to play. Mitchell, Chandler, Jefferson, Deontay Johnson. Is that Justin Jefferson? Who else could it be? Richard
Jefferson?
From
I don't think it's a running back Jefferson. So this is really a crucial question for Zach Sow is, do you start Mitchell unsure of what the status will be for Ty Chandler? Or do you roll the dice on Ty Chandler? And again, you're rolling the dice on Chandler anyway. If he's the guy for Denver, I think he's going to be better than Keaton Mitchell. But if Madison comes back,
what do you do?
Splitting. I think I'm going to roll the dice. I think I'll wait out Chandler because there's more upside if Madison doesn't play. And then the flex with him would obviously be Justin Jefferson. If it's Van Jefferson, then I would go with Deontay Johnson.
And if Jefferson doesn't play, then you just go to
Deontay Johnson.
Great looking man, Dave. Adam always has a great haircut. Gus Bus or Jaylen Warren? PPR.
I appreciate the compliments. That's how you get your question answered on the live stream.
Yeah. The question was Edwards or Jaylen Warren?
No, you mean Gus. Oh, yeah, Gus Edwards. I forgot his last name was Edwards. I just think his last name is Bus. I would go with Gus over Warren.
Well, I forgot that Dalton Schultz existed this morning. So,
that's nothing. I forgot Deshaun Watson's name live on CBS Sports HQ. Literally said, Amari Cooper, were you catching passes from Deshaun Watson? Literally what I said.
Lamar or Kyler? You were just talking about this.
Been on internet video for 20 years, and I still can't say a guy's name. Lamar or Kyler? I'm taking Lamar. I think there's more upside with Lamar. And if you have their tight ends, that's awesome. The other thing that really shined on that film with Kyler Murray was how good Trey McBride was. Not just a big lug. He actually, full extension for a couple of catches. He had that toe tap on the sideline. A couple of nice catch and runs.
Made that play on that deep ball to win the game.
That basically won the Cardinals the game. That's correct. That is correct.
Michael Keaton or Ridley Scott, Dave?
I'd go with Michael Keaton. I think that he's probably got a little bit more gravitas in the general public. Ridley Scott, certainly a great director, but there's a lot of other great action movie directors that we've come to know and love.
Yeah. All right. But Keaton Mitchell or Calvin Ridley?
No, that's a completely different question. I just the way that Ridley's been rolling, I think you got to roll the dice on Keaton Mitchell. A lot of rolling there.
Yeah.
Any suggestions on the haircut yet?
I haven't seen anything. Jacobs or Barkley this week?
Let's try this. Let's try this out. See how this looks.
Oh my God.
What do you think? Is this it?
That's it.
Okay.
Perfect.
We got it. Finally got it. What's the question? Jacobs or Barkley? I'm going with Josh Jacobs.
Okay. Mixon. Oh, Mixon or Ty Chandler? You got to go with Mixon.
Yeah, it's playing it safe. If we knew for sure, I think I'd go with Mixon anyway, even if we didn't know for sure.
Deontay or McBride? PPR.
I will go with Trey. We'll hit the Trey ball.
All right.
From the corner.
Or Tyler Boyd?
Laporta.
I'm going Boyd here. I mean, I feel like a normal game for Boyd is not that different from a normal game from Laporta.
Sure it is. Laporta scores.
Yeah, but Boyd did score last week. I think he should have scored twice.
He didn't score last week.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he? No, he just had like 100.
He had a great game for fantasy. He did not score a touchdown. He dropped a touchdown.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I bet you do. I am a little bit worried about Laporta fading down the stretch. We see rookies do that. He's been playing a lot of snaps really since the jump. And I think this Lions offense is probably going to morph into a little bit more of a conservative unit as long as their running backs are healthy.
Gamer Eric says, how often do you guys get a haircut?
I'm supposed to get one once a month.
Mm-hmm. Has it been that way for Dave, apparently? Yeah, about the same. Once every 4 or 5 weeks. I let it go. And as you'll see on the show, it looks terrible.
I believe they call this the Ralph Wiggum.
Dave looks like he was in an early 2000s emo band.
The Rotten Souls was our name.
Dave Hare, 100 out of 10. Oh, grade the trade. Puka gave up Waddle, got Puka Nacua.
I like it. Waddle was one of the guys that we said to sell high on because with Achane coming back, I think that's going to be a downgrade for Waddle. We saw it at the beginning of the year.
Okay. What should Dave do with his hair? We have a YouTube poll.
Oh, nice.
Walter White, bald goatee combo.
Okay.
John Clayton, ponytail commercial. Messi, vintage Robert Pattinson, or other. Comment in chat. I'll vote for Walter White. I would say other, just do what you normally do, but Walter White has 50% of the vote, so he's 46% now.
So this is what it would look like, basically, if I went straight cue ball. What do you think?
This is my favorite show ever. I just love it.
Let's see if I can tuck it behind my headset. Look at that. Do I not look like Scott Fish? Look at this. I've never even seen myself like this before. What do we think?
All right. Yeah.
Can you actually hear? Did you hear the noise of me hitting my skull with my fist just now? Let me try again.
Oh my God.
You got that?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna have a headache in 5 minutes.
Bijan's hairstyle.
You're gosh damn right.
All right. Achane or Rashad White this week?
Even in full PPR, I would go with Achane. I am a little bit concerned about just how much work he will get. But even if he gets 12 carries, he could be really, really good. Plus, Rashad White's going up against the Niners. That could be ugly.
What is
like this ugly?
What is this? I'm a bandwagon fan? For what?
For me, listen, you've been against me for a long time, and now finally, because I'm doing goofy stuff with my head, you're becoming a fan of mine. I'm noticing it too, William Klein.
I don't know. You could accuse me of a lot of things, but no one's ever accused me of being a bandwagon fan. Would you trade Montgomery for Swift? I have a game, Mostert and Kamara as well.
What does a game mean? Does he mean Achane?
Maybe.
It's
the Mostert and Kamara game.
I think I'd hang on to Swift, to be perfectly blunt.
Let's play Mostert and Kamara. I'll give you clues about each guy, and you tell me who it is.
Okay.
More career catches.
Kamara.
More career injuries.
Mostert.
Played for the 49ers.
Mostert.
You're really good at this game.
Went to the University of Tennessee.
I went to Kamara. I went to I saw a really spooky, scary. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Where's my scary article? That Jahmyr Gibbs said that he was supposed to come off the field at the goal line. And David Montgomery said, no, you stay in. And he let him score a touchdown. That is like big breaking news, Dave, that he was going to come off the field, Jahmyr Gibbs, for David Montgomery near the end zone.
But he didn't.
Because Montgomery let him. And Montgomery said, I will only do a nice thing for you once, you little punk. That's what he said.
I don't know if any of this is true.
No, the second part is not true, but the first part is true. He did an interview. He did like a podcast with Amon-Ra St. Brown and someone else, and he told the story.
Probably Equanimous St. Brown.
He was about to. It was someone else on the team. He was about to come off the field. What
was it? Heath?
It was Heath. Our team, yeah. He was about to come off the field. And Montgomery said, "Do you want it?" And he said, "Yeah, I want it." He wanted to score a touchdown. He said, "All right, go get it, whatever." And he said, "Thanks, big bro." He said on the podcast, "Thanks, big bro." So that is a true story, and I saw it on a little website that maybe you should peruse once in a while. Mr. Company guy, little cbssports.com/NFL. Maybe you should
never heard of it.
Yeah.
Wait, let's go back to the Mostert versus Kamara game.
Okay.
One of them is named Alvin.
Can I phone a friend?
One of them has a connection to Drew Brees. Psych, they both do.
Okay. Let's answer some more questions here.
Either that or else talk about my hair.
Flowers or Hopkins?
I'll go with Zay over DeAndre. Because I look at DeAndre and I say, can he score a lot of points? I say, no way. Okay. Will Levis hasn't been so great. So I would imagine that Flowers will have the powers to put up more points than DeAndre.
Okay.
That was a haiku.
Dave's hair, yeah. Dave's hair is perfect. Ken Walker or Tyler Lockett?
I'm going to lean Walker, but it's a lean. I think that the case can be made for Lockett. Something's changing in that passing game that I think is favoring Tyler Lockett a little bit more.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf both are top 4 in end zone targets. And I looked that up because Metcalf has been top 4 in end zone targets every year of his career.
Yes, sure has.
Once again is, but he only has 2 touchdowns. Lockett has 4, which is okay.
Yeah.
Half PPR pick 2. Cameron Kirk.
Oh. Don Sutton.
Yeah, it's Kirk Cameron though. Tank Dell.
The farmer in the Dell. Yeah. And John Connor.
And John Connor from the Terminator. Who would you pick here?
You got to go with the Terminator, otherwise the Terminator will come after you and stick that like metally liquid thing right inside your heart, and then take it out, and then look at his thing as it grows back into a hand. From these two, I'm taking Dell and Connor in half PPR.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Dell and Kirk.
Yeah.
But,
look, Kirk Cameron, I mean, good actor, but come on. His claim to fame now is his sister.
You ever seen the Terminator movies?
Yeah.
Look at that.
You don't believe me. You always like question. I'm not Dan. I'm opposite of Dan. I watch movies growing up. I watch old movies. Yeah.
All right, but you're young. You're young.
Thomas is young, but I don't think he's like super young.
He's in his early 20s.
No, he's not.
He's in his early 30s.
31. Yeah.
Yeah, 31. You have older siblings?
Yeah, I have I have an older sister and an older brher.
Okay, so
are they jealous of your hair too?
They don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Too sloppy, huh? All right. Well, that'll be interesting at Thanksgiving.
Always those awkward conversations.
I plan to talk about this more, Dave, but I really have a big issue with Thanksgiving this year. I just think it's just too early. It just feels too early for Thanksgiving. Chandler or Achan?
I would go with Achan. More upside. And what happens if Madison plays?
Hey, look, the guys love Achan. They love Achan this week. So this you can't. I know Trevor Lawrence has been bad, but no, you're not starting DTR over him. Burrow or Goff?
What was the question, Adam? It's my son on FaceTime. I gotta go. I'll call you back.
Okay, see you then.
What was the question?
Burrow or Goff?
Joe Burrow over Jared Goff. Did I tell you that we met Miami Hurricanes basketball men's coach Jim Larinaga last week?
You didn't tell me what happened. First of all, Puka or Boyd?
Puka over Boyd, and I will just tell you that the guy is a total gentleman, class act. It was really cool to meet him.
I love it. I love it. Dave and I finally have a good team to root for.
That's amazing.
Mitchell really or Chandler?
They almost lost to FIU. That's how amazing it is. I will go with Chandler. We already answered this, right? We're going to take the chance on Chandler over Mitchell.
Mitchell or James Conner?
We're going to go with Conner. Just more touches, more opportunities. Probably a better chance to score, sort of, than Keaton Mitchell.
Lamar or Tua?
Tua over Lamar. And just one other thing. If we're wrong on Keaton Mitchell and you sat him for the second week in a row, you won't make the mistake a third time. And hopefully the third time he'll get even more work. So it's good to have this guy on your team. You know I've got him on a bunch of my teams. Some of them I am starting him, but most of them, especially in these situations with Connor or with Ty Chandler, I'm not going to do it. I'm just a little bit nervous about getting kind of a bad result.
I am starting him in one league. I'm starting him over pretty bad options. Rondale Moore, I'm starting him over. It's PPR. Perfect. And I think that's like a 10-point guy, so it's not nothing. And Keaton Mitchell could give you 3 points. You never know if he gets 4 touches. He can
also give you 25.
Right. I started him and Singletary last week. And just a piece of advice: don't start a Thursday night guy in your flex. So don't tie up.
Great advice.
So move him if he's there. Zay Flowers or Trey McBride, PPR.
McBride.
Dave, you want to hear my quick dynasty dilemma?
Only if how many likes do we have?
Probably not that many. I haven't been asking for them. 145.
Okay, when we get to 217 likes, not only do I want to hear your dilemma, I want the audience to chime in on it.
Okay.
And I'll change my hairstyle then.
Yeah. Adam has the best hair. Oh, look at your little emoji there, your little avatar. I like it. Should I kick Bass to the curb for Patterson or Amendola?
Oh, I love these kicker questions.
Yeah.
Patterson's a great one to go with because that Lions offense should move the ball quite easily against Chicago. Indoors, you don't have to worry about weather.
Patterson. We don't have to, yeah.
Debo, you don't want to hear a 1-minute dissection of the kickers, of three different kickers?
Dell or Debo, hit that like button. We're at 187.
You see, Matt Amendola is really just going to be a short-term option for Houston. Tank Dell over Debo, especially in full PPR.
Superflex, DTR or Addison?
I think I'm going to go Addison. I am not confident at all at DTR coming through with even 12.
Hit that like button. We're at 210. Achan or Connor, PPR. Missed it.
Devon Achan.
Ferguson or Ingram.
Ferg this week.
221 likes.
All right, we're at 217. You tell the dilemma. I will make magic happen up here.
6 teams make the playoffs in the Bake Burger Dynasty League. I am now 4-6. I think I was 4-1 or 4-0 or something. I've just absolutely crapped the bed. I'm in 4th to last place, but 3 of my next 4 opponents are tanking. So I will win at least 7 games out of a 14-game regular season. Okay. I have a chance to make the playoffs.
Okay, great.
So do I go for it or do I sell? And here's the problem. Even if I decide that I want to tank, the absolute worst I could finish is where I already am, which is...
So then you're going for
it. Right, so I have to go for it, right?
But going for it. You can kind of shop around and see if there's a trade or two that you can make that'll help your team. That'll help better position your team to go for it.
You look so bad.
How dare you? I say the nicest things about you.
No, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were.
Weird college professor hair now. All right, thank you for indulging me.
I call this the belding.
Oh, nice. Are we confident in Burrow, or should I go with Baker or Stafford? 4-point per pass.
Definitely going with Burrow over Baker and Stafford. What, you're going to start Baker Mayfield against the 49ers?
You know, he's been pretty good in bad matchups this year.
He's been good, but Joe Burrow's been good in bad matchups too since his calf got healthy.
Oh, this is a good call. You're not far from this. No Country for Old Men haircut.
Yes, that's what I've got. And I'm just as dangerous too. So watch the comments. Johnny Airport 2.
Yep. Schaefer, you seen No Country for Old Men? Okay, good for you.
Has he?
He's too young to have seen it. Yeah, he has.
He gave you the thumbs up?
Yeah.
Did he go like this with his hair when he did
it? You're very funny tonight. I gotta tell you.
Guy's got great hair.
Would you trade Debo for Saquon?
Should I be like this on every podcast?
Not a podcast, but the live streams I approve.
Great. Debo for Saquon. Yeah, probably. I think I'd rather have those points coming from my running back spot than Debo.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love what Saquon said today or yesterday or whatever, and he said there's no such thing as loyalty. And
whoa. Hey now, that's a big red flag to all the ladies out there that might be interested in dating Saquon. Why would he say that?
Well, it just makes, because, you know, he doesn't, I think because it just feels like I see a scenario where he gets shut down. So I don't know. It's weird. Like, how do you just shut someone down? But obviously they're in contention for the number 1 pick. He's in a contract year. They could franchise tag him again. So I would just be a little wary of that, but I would probably trade Debo for him. Would you trade Keenan Allen for Cooper Kupp?
No, I would rather have Keenan Allen.
All right. Goff or Tua?
I would rather start Tua Tagovailoa.
You actually look younger like this, says Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. Is she related to Keaton Mitchell?
I think she is. Dave looks like an overworked high school science teacher.
Well, you got part of that right.
The science part. Please, please, please trade advice, boys. Mahomes for Russell Wilson and Justin Jefferson in a 2 QB league. Wow.
Not enough.
No?
Not enough. Mahomes is worth more.
Can we stop acting like Mahomes has been the number 1 quarterback in fantasy?
He's not the number 1 quarterback in fantasy.
Is he even top 5 this year?
Yes. Well, I mean, in actual production, I'm not sure.
He's 6th per game.
But rest of season? Okay, if he's 6th per game up to this point, I don't think it's a far cry to say that he'll be top 5 rest of season.
I agree, but Jefferson, you know, Dobbs has looked a lot better than I thought he would, so I'm more optimistic about Jefferson. I guess I probably wouldn't do this, but I don't think it's such an easy no. Mixon or Barkley this week?
Saquon.
Give me a flex here. Flowers, Hunt, Singletary.
Devin Singletary.
Are you assuming Pierce won't play, or are you just not concerned about it?
Well, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Right?
True.
That's the saying.
That's the saying.
It looks like Dameon Pierce is not going to play. 2 days of not practicing up to this point.
Yeah. It would have to be your bull. I saw Dave on the other day on Glades. I owe him a dinner at Houston's.
Couldn't have been me. The other day, when was I on Glades Road?
Glades is a road in Boca.
I don't live in Boca. When was the last time I was on Glades Road? It definitely was not this week. I don't even think it was last weekend.
Who do you think he saw that looked like you?
Probably some other fat white guy.
Ridley or Pacheco at flex.
I'm so turned off by Calvin Ridley that I'd go Pacheco even in a tough matchup.
Okay. Got about 5 minutes before I have to commit to Cortland Sutton over.
Well, what are you worried about? You're worried about missing out on a big game from Tyler Boyd?
Yeah.
If I had said that to you 3 weeks ago, you would have laughed in my face and kicked me in my shin. Now you're worried. And listen, Sutton's had a touchdown in 4 straight games. Clearly the number one guy in Denver. Matchup is tough. I do think this is a difficult matchup, and the volume for passing figures to be low.
It'll give me something to look forward to on Sunday night.
Well, but then you're not rooting for anything tonight. Is there another receiver you could bench and you could play both those guys?
Yeah, I'll bench Diggs. Tough matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the way the Bills are rolling right now.
All right, let's see. By the way, how are you doing in the FFT Open in your division?
I'm competing for first.
Good. Really? All right.
Really? You're surprised?
No. It sounded that way, but no.
Wow, Dave's actually winning a league? I can't believe it.
I let everybody else win in that league. So I was trying to be nice to
I want to win the damn thing.
Me too.
How cool would it be to win the first FFT Open?
The FFT Open, the regular season is almost over. It ends in week 14. Well, the division, no, actually, the regular season ends in week 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's how we planned it.
Yeah, week 13 is the first round of the playoffs. Week 14 is the next round. Only 3 teams make the playoffs. And then
I don't remember it being, I thought it was 2.
2 teams play in week 13. The number 1 seed gets a bye into week 14. The number 1 seed plays the winner of the week 13.
We should get this straight before.
This is it. Believe me, I went through this many times. And then you have your division winners, and then there are 8 of them, and they face off in what is it? We're weeks 15. Oh no, you know what? Am I off by a week?
I think can we just answer questions?
Yeah.
We'll get it straightened out for the several hundred people that
Addison or Flowers?
Jordan Addison. Final answer. You should really rapid fire with players who are playing tonight.
No, Montgomery or Mostert?
I believe I have Montgomery ranked higher than Mostert.
Flowers or Hollywood Brown?
Hollywood.
Okay. Mixon or Singletary, PPR?
It will be, I think I have Mixon ranked higher.
All right. I was off a week. It's a 13-week regular season. Playoffs are weeks 15.
That's what I thought. Why would we start the playoffs in a week where there's 6 teams on bye?
I got confused. Week 14 has 2 teams on bye, right?
That's true. Yes.
Tua or Herbert?
I believe I made the switch to Herbert in my rankings today.
Really? I'm not in love with Herbert. This is a
matchup. You could be in like with him and still get. What did you say? You think it's a tough matchup?
Packers give up the 3rd fewest points to quarterbacks, and you look at him this year. He's been actually extremely matchup dependent. He's had a lot of really easy ones. And when he's had hard one, I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I just like Tua more.
Do we know if Keenan Allen practiced today?
He did. And he says he's going to play. He has a shoulder injury, but he says he's going to play.
Good sign.
Addison, Ridley, or Flowers?
I think I have Addison ranked atop those 3.
Lamar or Stroud?
CJ Stroud.
Let it grow. Dave, half PPR.
Thank you, Jeff. I think I will.
Pick one. Addison, Sutton, and Deontay. Pick one.
It's going to be Cortland Sutton for me.
Achane, Keaton Mitchell.
Devon Achane.
And a flex.
Half PPR. Do you roll the dice here on Mitchell? I don't think you do. I think I'd go with Addison. I'm a little nervous about Deontay Johnson this week.
Burrow or Kyler?
Joe Burrow.
Start 2. Henry, Aaron Jones, Tank Dell.
Henry Aaron, the baseball player. I will sit. I think I will sit Derrick Henry.
Hammerin, Derrick Henry. Keaton Mitchell. Oh, please.
Over Mitchell.
Yeah. Favorite Thanksgiving side dish, and then we have Michael Wilson, Calvin Ridley, or Zay Flowers, or JSN in half PPR. Corn souffle.
Flowers is at the top of the list, and my favorite side dish on Thanksgiving is football.
Oh, that's the lamest answer. ETN, give up ETN, Gabe Davis for Eckler and Rashee Rice in non-PPR. I'd do it.
Yeah.
I think I like Eckler. We love Eckler's schedule, right? He has a great schedule.
Yes.
We don't love ETN's.
Correct.
Not terrible, but Eckler's got that edge.
Frank Stanfield, correct.
Let's see. Dave, who signed your Cowboys helmet, and then pick a flex.
The flex is from this group, Tank Dell. Yes, Tank Dell is who I'd pick. And then the Cowboys helmet, we talk about this helmet all the time. Signed by Cowboys legends Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, Ryan Leaf, and Curtis Enos.
Okay. Jamar Chase or Keenan Allen?
It is Jamar.
I traded, or would you trade ETN for Garrett Wilson and Isaiah Pacheco?
No, not enough for ETN.
Keaton Mitchell or a Bears running back? Nice hair.
Keaton Mitchell. Thank you, Tyler. Or maybe he was talking to you.
Yeah, he put an LOL at the end, so I don't know. Hubbard or Chandler?
Ty Chandler.
He did put an LOL in there. King Henry, Derrick Henry, Ken Walker, or Jerome Ford?
I would sit Ford.
Trade Tank Dell for DJ Moore. Which side do you like better?
I believe DJ Moore is worth more on the trade chart, so I will go with DJ.
Gus Edwards or Keaton Mitchell?
Gus.
Give up the Connors, get Married with Children. Give up Connor for Godwin and Cooper.
Give up James Conner for Goodwin.
Goodwin and Copper.
Who's Goodwin?
It's Chris Goodwin and Amari Copper. And the Connors.
I don't like this. I don't hate this trade if it's full PPR.
It's a lot of typos. Yeah, I don't want any. I don't think I want much to do with Amari Cooper. I think he could be all right. He won't be terrible.
If they go back to PJ Walker, he'll redeem himself and be a wide receiver 3.
Fields or Dobbs? 8-point PPR. That's good.
That's funny. Dobbs over Fields.
Yeah, if it were 8-point PPR, you really have to think about who's got the better chance of having his pass deflected and then catching it. Hopkins or Sutton PPR?
Sutton.
Warren or Keaton Mitchell?
Oh, man. These are my boys, Adam.
Yeah, they
These are my guys. I think if it's PPR, I'll take Warren. Non-PPR, I will roll the dice on Michael Keaton Mitchell.
Dave, I dressed myself. Wiggum. Yeah, right. The Wiggum.
Because earlier I'm Ralph Wiggum.
My cat's name is Mittens.
That's me fail English? That's impossible.
One of my favorite lines about Ralph is the teacher goes, "The children are right to laugh at you, Ralph." I crack up about that all the time. Last question here. PPR, Flowers, Warren, Dowdle, Johnston, Spears. Pick up Rico Dowdle, by the way.
Rico Dowdle is an awesome stash. If you used Trenton Irwin last week, cut him, pick up Rico Dowdle right now. I would start from this group. I would start Zay Flowers.
Okay. Well, Mr. Toupee, Dave is not only the president, he's also a client.
You wish it was a toupee. This is my real hair, man. Here, I'm giving you a close-up on the helmet so you can see for yourself.
You big dummy.
You big dummy.
Peyton
Manning, Charles Woodson on that side.
Okay.
And then no one ever sees the other side because it's Ryan Leaf and Curtis Enos. May he rest in peace. Helmet given to me as a gift from Gil Brandt, former Dallas Cowboys executive, NFL Hall of Famer. May Gil rest in peace. Gil taught me everything I know.
Well, I hope he didn't teach you about hair because you don't know much about that.
Don't know much about that. Yeah, I need to go find somebody else to help me with my hair. But thank you for your attention on it, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow.
Good evening, folks. Enjoy the game, and we'll talk to you.
Yes, great game.
Chargers
Should be fun.
NFC later.